Hi, my name's Craig, and I'm not a pool mechanic of any type. This is a pool cleaner, and it's made by Hayward. It's a Phantom, and for those of you who don't own this model, this is a dual-purpose pool cleaner. It actually skims the surface and picks up leaves and debris that are on the surface, and then after about 15 minutes it cycles and it sinks to the bottom, and then it vacuums up any debris that are on the bottom. After 15 minutes it'll come back to the surface and do the same thing, and it'll do that over and over again throughout the pool cleaning cycle. It's a one-of-a-kind model. I don't believe there's any other models like this on the market, and when it's running, it is a dream. It cleans the pool fabulously. However, for those of you who do own this model, you'll know that it is notorious for breaking down. It's constantly breaking, and the problem, I believe, after reading on the internet, are the O-rings that are inside for all the tubings and all the plumbing that goes on inside this unit. The O-rings can't be replaced by just going down to the hardware store and buying new O-rings. I'm not sure why, but I've heard that on the internet, and you know, people who have replaced those O-rings, they only last for a couple of weeks and then it breaks down. This unit seems to break down at least every 6 months. It stops working right, and here's what the problem is. This unit, when it's running in the pool, if it gets stuck, it has a spin out cycle that basically you can program it to what you want, but every let's say 3 to 5 minutes it backs out and spins and turns around and goes the other way. And that way, if it gets stuck on a feature like a step or something like that, it won't stay there during the whole time. It'll back up and spin out and start going. Well, this little jet right here is part of the spin out cycle. As it's going along, when it hits the spin out cycle, water will protrude or spit out from that nozzle right there, and this whole thing will turn and spin and then go the other way. Well, what happens is something happens with the O-rings and this jet stays on. And so what you have is the pool cleaner just spins around in circles, and then you come out and your Phantom and the pool cleaner are tied up in knots on the hose, and it's completely ineffective. There are two parts in the Phantom, the main parts, the gearbox and the manifold. Either one of those costs $50 to $70 to replace. So if one of them goes out, you're looking at $50 to $70. If both of them goes out, well, then you're looking at $50 or $100 to $140 to replace. And you do that once every 6 months, and you're not even guaranteed it'll last 6 months. You start doing that enough, and you're ready to throw the thing in the trash can and buy a new one. The problem is that it's just so dang good when it's working. So what I did was I just basically dismantled the spin out cycle using a screw, and this is what the screw that I got. It's a number 10 screw, an inch long, and you know, one of these costs 50 cents down at the hardware store, so you can get several of them. But I just screwed it into this jet, just basically canceling the water coming out here, and so the thing will move about the pool and it'll do its cleaning duties, but it won't go into the spin out cycle. I have found that when it goes into the spin out cycle, that there's just enough loss of pressure that it seems to back out anyway and kind of work itself out. It's not as effective as when it's working properly, but 50 cents is a heck of a lot cheaper than spending $100 to $150 every 6 months to replace it. And so far, it's worked. I've had this fix on it for about a month now, and my pool is staying clean. And so all you do is you take this screw, stick it in the jet there, and tighten it in. I didn't tighten it all the way in. I left a little bit. I was afraid that if I tightened it too much, I might damage another hose in there or something else. So I just tightened it up about that far right there. And put it in the pool, turn that baby on, we'll see what happens. Okay, so now that we've done the fix, the Phantom is on. It's on the surface skimmer mode right now. As you can see, the water coming out here, and there's no water coming out of the screw. Even as it goes into the spin cycle, right here on the screw, you'll see that there's no water coming out of it, and so therefore it doesn't just keep on spinning and tie into knots. And as it moves throughout the pool, it'll just stay. And it doesn't do the spin cycle, but it still skims the surface and cleans from the bottom. There's the spin cycle. And it gives it just enough so that it gets out of its predicament, starts back on its course. And then it'll get back to sucking up the leaves. So there you have it, just one screw right into the jet, and that keeps the water from streaming out and keeps us things from going into the spin. It's not professional, but it's 50 cents, and it's better than spending 50 to 150 bucks just to keep this thing working for 6 months. I'm going to keep it this way for now. Again, it's lasted for about a month. I'll let you know if it breaks down next week or within a year. And for now, I'm going to keep it this way and not go out and buy another pool cleaner. So thanks for watching.